News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, several rail cars go off the tracks in Wells, and traffic is diverted around a vehicle crash. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Union Pacific and transportation authorities are investigating a train wreck. It's Wednesday, June 19th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. This morning at approximately 10 a.m., Nevada Highway Patrol received a report of a train derailment 3 miles east of Wells, Nevada, near Interstate 80 at mile marker 355. It has been reported that 9 flat cars, 2 tankers, and 3 box cars were derailed. Officials say that there was a white powdery substance blowing from one of the rail cars towards Interstate 80. As a result, the interstate was closed for approximately 50 minutes. At this time, it has been determined to be aluminum oxide, a skin irritant. It is not hazardous, but if in contact with skin, it should be washed off. Interstate 80 is now open with no restrictions. The investigation is underway as to the reason for the train derailment. No injuries have been reported. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol troopers issued a citation this morning for failure to yield, causing a collision in the intersection of Highway 160. Luckily, no injuries were reported as a result of a 2-vehicle accident that occurred this morning on Basin Avenue and Highway 160. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Nevada Highway Patrol, auxiliary units, and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene. Both vehicles sustained moderate to major damage as a result of this collision. Traffic was diverted around the accident scene while Nevada Highway Patrol conducted the investigation. The offices of the Nevada Broadcasters Association and other businesses have been destroyed by flames in Las Vegas. The fire located at 3900 Paradise Road started at 3 a.m. Monday morning, burning for hours undetected. At least 3 firefighters received minor injuries battling the blaze. The building reportedly had no sprinklers and no alarm calls were received in the 2-story brick building located near the Las Vegas Strip. Clark County Fire is investigating the cause. No one was reportedly inside the building at the time. Well, here is Unette with this week's court report.
In this week's court report, Dr. Adam Q. Hadland currently has an active $10,000 bond after being arrested on June 7, 2019, connected to the charge of child abuse or neglect first. Hadland, that veterinarian, was detained after police responded to reports of an overdose at an area home. According to investigators, the reporting party stated that she found a male, later identified as Hadland, face down and initially unresponsive, but that he was later throwing up and became conscious. When officers arrived on scene, they say Hadland and another subject were both sitting on the bed, and Hadland appeared to be highly intoxicated, indicating by observed what was stated by police officers as slurred speech, bloodshot, watery eyes, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from Hadland's person. Investigators say Hadland admitted that he had 4 whiskey cokes, but also stated that he did not remember what happened and refused medical treatment. The responding officer on scene states that he noticed fresh vomit on the floor, pill bottles all over the counter, and that the house was considerably hot for the time of day for a child to be in. Once DCFS was on scene, the female reporting party's son, who was staying at the residence with Hadland, was interviewed, and it was concluded that the child had not consumed any food but 1 piece of bread for a meal in the last 24 hours. Hadland even told police that the child was given 3 pieces of flaxseed bread between breakfast and lunch, and he had had bread for dinner the previous night too. Hadlin was arrested after gathering all statements and the fact that there have been numerous temporary protective order, welfare checks, and child abuse and DCFS cases coming from Hadlin's residence for the same circumstances. Once at jail, Hadlin consented to giving a blood sample. Notably, formal charges are still pending in Justice Court for the event that is set to have occurred on June 7th of this year. Hadlin posted bail before his first appearance, which was scheduled on June 10th. However, Hadlin has agreed to appear for his arraignment hearing on August 19th in Justice Court. Also notably, as police referenced in Hadlin's arrest report, Hadlin has an older Justice Court case from January 28, 2016 that had an order of dismissal without prejudice signed and filed on March 10, 2016, after Hadlin had been charged with contributing to the delinquency or neglect of a minor. No public details are available as to specifically why that previous case was dismissed. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
Thanks, Unette. Well, tomorrow's blasting schedule has been changed. We'll tell you about that story and more when News 25 returns.
News 25 is brought to you by ABB Roofing, proudly serving Pahrump since 1994. At ABB Roofing, we've got you covered.
Welcome back. Well, Highway 160 blasting has been pushed to Friday, June 21st at 11:45 in the morning through Mountain Springs and Clark County due to a high wind advisory issued for tomorrow, which was the original scheduled time. Motorists can expect up to a 2-hour travel delay. And leading candidates report high numbers to begin concerning the upcoming presidential election. Here's Angela with that story and more.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, reports of rumblings at the White House over Fed Chair Jerome Powell. As Powell prepares to reveal the FOMC decision on rates today, Bloomberg News reports White House officials back in February considered demoting Powell shortly after President Trump talked of firing Powell. The 2020 presidential election is off to a big money start. President Trump kicked off his re-election campaign with a reported $40 million of cash on hand. And Democratic frontrunner, former VP Joe Biden hints he has rounded up more than $19 million in just the short time since launching his bid for office. On Capitol Hill today, House and Senate leaders are scheduled to talk with President Trump's officials. It's an attempt to reboot stalled talks over the government's fiscal budget.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, a family's neighbor was arrested for child abuse. Police say the child called police to report that he had been allegedly assaulted by a man who was a guest inside their home.
Patrol members be advised.
Pahrump resident Travis Morris has been arrested for false imprisonment, interrupting a 911 call, and child abuse or neglect. According to the declaration of arrest on June 3rd, deputies were dispatched to West Wilson Road in reference to a domestic in progress. They made contact with a male juvenile who was crying hysterically and stating that he was beaten up by an unknown male in his mom's room. Upon arrival, police noticed that the juvenile had dry blood on his bottom lip and injuries consistent with being punched in the face, torso, and arms. The juvenile stated that the battery had taken place over a period of several minutes and that he was able to call 911, but the male attempted to grab the phone out of his hand but was unsuccessful. He also allegedly said that at one point the male trapped him in a corner and would not let him leave. When speaking with the mother, police say that she invited a male over to come talk to her son. She advised that Travis lived in the trailer park with his sister. Upon speaking with residents inside the trailer park, police say they heard yelling and what sounded like someone being hit. They also described clapping noises and thud noises at the time of the incident. Travis Morris was located and placed under arrest. During questioning, he stated that he was over at the residence but only talked to the juvenile and did not hit him. And officers responded to a dispute between a couple they say took a wrong turn. Amanda Martin has been arrested by the Nye County Sheriff's Office at the location of Panorama Street and Charleston Park. Deputies report that on June 4th they were dispatched to a report of a domestic disturbance. They were advised that there was a male and female fighting in the area. Officers report that they made contact with an individual named Amanda Martin. The victim in this case said that Amanda slapped, hit, and pushed him and also attempted to run him over with her vehicle. The witness showed a video to police from her cell phone of the incident where you could plainly see Amanda speeding towards the victim and nearly missing him. They say that Amanda attempted to take the cell phone away from the individual, hit him, and left a small cut on his arm. At that time, they say that Martin reported that the incident was only verbal and that she was just turning her vehicle around to talk to the victim in this case and did not attempt to hit him. The two individuals had reportedly been in a dating relationship for approximately 14 years, according to police. Martin was arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Well, more news right after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
A new medieval group has formed locally. The Canton of Artesia had their first meet at a home here in Pahrump.
Okay, we're the Canton of Artesia and from the Adrian Empire. We are a nonprofit educational historical recreation group, recreating the years from 792 to 1625 in Western Europe. We are required by our bylaws to provide educational benefits to the community and also to have a, if you will, a mini Ren Fair once a month, where we hold court, we have combat tournaments, archery tournaments, and an arts and science tournament.
Ren Fair meaning Renaissance?
Renaissance Fair, yes. That's the common term for them. The Archduchy of Albion-Rayon is a member of part of the Adrian Empire who've been around for about 31 years now. Our next event will be July 7th at 8 o'clock in the morning. It will be again at Schloss di Vigenti, which is at 821 Pilz. By August, we hope to be out in Simpkins Park. The membership fee for the Adrian Empire is $30 per year for the primary member and $15 a year for each additional family member. You do not have to be a member to participate in our activities. Come on out and join us anytime. Participation is free. The membership is only if you expect to participate long-term and want the benefits of that within the organization.
I made these myself as an arts project for our organization. So this is it's called a coat hardy. It was worn in 14th century. Women's fashions changed dramatically. They went from a houppelande, which was a very loose garment, lots of material, long sleeves that draped, to tighter and tighter to what we think of more Renaissance, were the really tight dresses. This is kind of in between. I'm the vice serene, and I help the archduchies when they are not here to be their presence locally. So one of the first things we do is archery. We had longbow archery. We use either recursive bows or medieval style longbows. We do plan on adding crossbows. That's one thing that we do. We have tournaments in both bowman's list, which is beginners, and huntsman's list, which is more advanced, working towards knighthood. We had combat in Shanai, which is using bamboo swords. It's the beginning levels of learning how to fight. And we also had rapier, which is, like a fencing, a little bit thicker than a fencing foil. We will plan on next month to have steel, where people are actually suited up in armor, fighting with steel. We have arts, and we judge arts and sciences when we have projects. This, like I said, was one of the projects that I made. So we do that. And we also get together and just network and socialize. We plan on having we have tournaments once a month, which are generally about half a day. But we would like to eventually have some type of a Renaissance, maybe mini fair out here. We are also already working with Town of Pahrump to possibly have an archery shooting at the Pahrump Fall Festival. They can get involved by a numerous ways. They can contact myself, Virginia Fortier. My phone number is 775-292-9305. They can look for us on Facebook. We are the Canton of Artesia. They can join the group. They can also look on Facebook or the Archduchy website, which is Albion Rion, or they can go to adrianempire.org, and that's kind of the overview of the entire organization.
It looks like lots of fun. Well, Darby stopped by Desert Haven to show us some adorable faces that are available for adoption.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with 6-week-old kittens. So these kittens are 6 weeks right now. You can come to Desert Haven and put a reservation on one of them. They're going to be available for adoption in 2 weeks. So come down, pick out your little kitty. There's so many different types. So come on down, Desert Haven. They're on Ceres Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can go online on Facebook at Desert Haven Animal Society or go to deserthavenas.org. Bye, kitties.
Yeah, she tried to take them all home. Well, anyways, tomorrow starts the first day of the HOV lanes and them being fully operational and active in Las Vegas. Motorists traveling in the HOV or carpool lanes are required to have at least 2 occupants inside your vehicle. Motorists who disregard the HOV lane restrictions will be given a citation for $250, or if you cross the solid double lines, you'll be given a citation for failing to obey a traffic control device. Well, the Nye County School District Lunch Bunch is making stops throughout the town. News 25 caught up with the group this morning at Petrick Park.
Well, this year it's working a lot better. It's staying cooler, and actually today we've been kind of busy, especially here. We've got 7 stops. Some of our stops are bigger than others. We're doing okay.
Yeah. So the school district funds this, right?
Yes. You see, we stop at Focus Links on Calvada, then Dandelion Apartments, Lakeside, Comstock Park. We do a boot camp at the high school. We go Simpkins Park and here.
This is going to run all summer long?
Yes. It'll run through the very first week of August.
If people want to stop, how do they find out the schedule? Do you know?
It should be posted on Facebook. If not, I'll go home and post it when I get there.
There you go.
They should have one on there through Nye County School District or through food service.
Tell me, how many lunches do you hand out per day? Do you know?
We do probably about 120.
Wow.
Today we have chicken sandwich, we have fresh fruit, milk, and a veggie. We prepare it. We start delivering, our first stop is at 10:50. They're so appreciative. They love it.
Yeah.
Love it, yeah. Excited when we driving up. Yeah, I love it. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing their faces.
All right.
Monday through Friday.
And they find the schedules at the various locations as well, because you have these really great signs that tell what time you're arriving here.
Yes.
I love it. I love that they have different locations. You know, we live on the north side, but when we're in town doing errands, it's nice to come here by the pool. We know where they are, when they are, and all the kids love that they get a variety, and, you know, it's kind of a surprise. You know, we don't know exactly what they'll have every day, but they know they'll have something to eat and some good healthy choices in there and something to drink. Yeah, say thank you for lunch. Thank you for lunch.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside. I don't know if you can see that humidity, but I know you can feel it. We're going to have your weather right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 106 degrees and a low of 81. In Death Valley, a high of 116 and a low of 88. Amargosa, high of 104, low 76. In Beatty, it's 100 degrees and a low of 70. Goldfield at 91.59. Tonopah and Carson City, both with lows of 57 degrees. Carson City, a high of 91. Tonopah at 88. Fallon, a high of 95, a low of 58. And Fernley, 94.59. Now for today in Pahrump, we're seeing sunny skies. Our high today was 102 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. Humidity at 12%. And our sunrise at 5:26 a.m. Now for tonight, it's currently 101 degrees outside with clear skies. Our low tonight is expected to be 76 degrees. Winds coming out of that south-southeast at 9 miles per hour. Our humidity at 20%. And our sunset at 8:04 p.m. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, we're seeing a lot of nice, clear, sunny skies, although it is pretty hot outside, so I'm not sure I'll be enjoying those sunny skies. But, you know, they're here. We got to deal with them. So now let's take a look at our temperatures. On Thursday, we're going to see a high of 102 degrees. On Friday, we're going to drop down to 92 degrees. Saturday, down to 89. Sunday, we're going to shoot right back up into those 90s to the high of 93 degrees. Monday at 97, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, both to the high of 96 degrees. Now, our overnights are looking a lot better. We're mainly just going to be hanging out in those mid to high 60s, just between 63 and 69 degrees all week long. So now, if you can't make it back home in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live even if you're on the go. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
All right, I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We'll see you back here tomorrow.